everyone, it's me again, and I have a tutorial for you guys today. If you guys are new to my channel, first of all, welcome to my little corner of the internet. My name's Faith Grenade, and I put makeup videos here on YouTube. See that subscribe button down there? Just hit it. If you're new to here, this is Faith's Faces. Faith's Faces is where I do a makeup tutorial for you guys. And of course, today we went a little crazy. We went a little out of my comfort zone, but I really like how it came out. I challenged myself today because for a long time I have been obsessed, and I hate using that word, but I've been obsessed with my friend Jess's makeup collaboration with Cosmetics, and I was just like, okay, I need to stop. I'm about to use some of these samples up. I need to stop using them for a bit and use another makeup item that I need to review. I was like, all right, Faith, here's what you have to do. Step away from the Cosmetics for 2 seconds and dig out your Beauty Killer palette. I got this ages ago. I already have one tutorial that I did with it. It'll be in the cards up there if you guys want to watch it. And that first tutorial was pretty good. I digged it, but I was like, I need to use this more. I'm kind of sick of beauty gurus reviewing palettes after using them only one time. So I was determined to use this more so I can form my thoughts on it, but I had to take a break from it for a while to do this Cosmetics party that we were having. Don't sweat it, by the way. Cosmetics will be coming back. I will be doing plenty more looks with those shadows, so don't sweat it. This is the Beauty Killer palette. You guys have seen this before. There's a lot of controversy surrounding this palette and a lot of controversy surrounding the guy who made it. We're not really gonna touch on that here. We're just here for the makeup, okay? Okay, this is our look. We're doing a halo eye. And more importantly, this is a halo eye that will suit deep set eyes. I have deep set eyes. They can be a toughie to work with when it comes to makeup, and especially when it comes to interesting eyeshadow shapes like this. It's kind of hard to do a halo eye on deep set eyes without making your eyes disappear. If you want to learn how to get this wonderful avant-garde, awesome, fiery halo eye with some colorful lower lashes without making your deep set eyes go bye-bye, then just keep on watching, baby. Hey guys, what's up? It is tutorial time. Time to do tutorial. So let's just go ahead and get into this. Brows are already done, primer's already on. This is what we're going for today. And doing a little halo eye action. I did my best to make this look entirely with this palette. So ideally, I probably would have pulled in a few other shadows from my collection, but didn't this time because I was trying to use just this guy. So we're gonna start with a Sonia Kashuk 109. You guys know the drill. And I'm gonna go into Courtney, this shade right here, which, I mean, I don't wanna give anything away for the review, but this shade, as humdrum and boring as this shade seems, it's probably my favorite shade in the palette. Just for sheer quality, like for sheer pigmentation and blendability, it's just, it ticks all the marks for me. And as a transition shade, as like a warm brown transition shade, it is absolutely perfect, like beautiful. Like I can't find anything wrong with it. Again, with my setup, I'm still figuring things out, but the good news is Justin actually ordered, because guys, it's so awesome to have somebody who supports me in this crazy YouTube adventure of mine, because he ordered off of Amazon backdrops and a lighting setup. So I'm gonna be able to film at any point in time in the day without having to worry about it. I'm gonna be able to, you know, have a backdrop so you guys aren't distracted by my living room anymore. That's coming, so this shit back here is all gonna change. Don't panic, still gonna be the same me. It's just not gonna be my messy ass living room in the background. So now I'm gonna take Confession, that color right there, which has to be probably my second favorite in this palette, just because it's pigmented, blendable, beautiful texture. Hi, honey. My husband's awake, finally. And I'm just gonna put this on the outer and inner parts of the eye. You don't have pants. He doesn't have pants on, guys. But yeah, we're just patting this on the outer and inner corner of the eye. It's gonna look pretty stupid at first, but don't worry, we're gonna blend it out a little bit later. Now, if you have deep set eyes like I do, halo eyes are going to be a little bit tricky because you're putting a dark color on the inside portion of your eye, which normally for deep set eyes is a huge no-no because our eyes are already sunken in and that's going to make them sink in even further. For this particular look, I feel like it's okay to break the rules a little bit, even if you have deep set eyes, because, you know, the look isn't about enhancing your eye shape in any way. It's more about the interesting eyeshadow shape. So it's sort of like, you know, a piece of modern art. It's meant to be appreciated for what it is. It's not meant to really like emphasize anything that you already have. So I'm gonna take my 109 and I'm gonna start to blend this. So I'm gonna take this e.l.f. crease brush, which I love for halo-eyed looks, and I'm gonna take a little bit of Confession, tap it off to get most of the excess shimmer out, and I'm just gonna connect those two lines. I'm gonna pull out a brush I haven't used in a while. This is the Sonia Kashuk number 106. This is a short shader brush, kind of paddle style brush, and I'm gonna go into Rich Bitch, this color right here, which can I just tell you is kind of a rich bitch to work with, because this shade is, I don't know if you can see that, it is chunky as F. Like, there's a lot of like chunky shimmer particles in it. Sort of reminds me of the Skin Frost a little bit. It is a very, very beautiful gold color. So I do like that about it. You know, and I mean, people are trashing this palette because they, you know, they enjoy trashing Jeffree Star. You know, I have my problems with him, no doubt. But you guys know, if the product is still good, I'm still gonna say it's good. I'm not gonna sit here and say this product is garbage because, you know, I don't like some of the things that Jeffree Star has done or said in the past. It's the same thing with Lime Crime or really any other controversial brand, you know? Yeah, they've done some shady things in the past. Maybe Jeffree Star is even a shitty person. I don't know. I don't know the guy. But maybe he's just putting on an act because that's his character. It has been since the very beginning of his career. But for, you know, for better or for worse, like, him as a person shouldn't necessarily reflect your opinion of his product. You know, those are two different things. And at the end of the day, I'm going to review the product. I'm not going to review the person because that's just not what this channel is about. One tip I can tell you with this gold shade is that if you pat the gold shade on top of the red, it ain't gonna look right. It's gonna look a little bit off in a way. It's just gonna look muddy and kind of messy. But if you pat the red shade over the gold to blend it, completely different story, it looks fine. And this is your chance to kind of adjust your shape. If you notice that your halo is kind of off to the side a little bit, you can sort of shift it over just by applying the different colors in different places. And when I'm blending, I'm just barely touching the skin. And I feel like that's really key with these shadows. Because they've got some strong pigment to them, you can really go light on it and not really worry about it. I'm gonna go in with China White, that white right there. I have a feeling that name is a reference to something, but I'll be damned if I can figure it out. Leave it in the comments if you know. And I'm just gonna run this along the brow bone. I'll do liner and lashes in a little bit. For now, I'm gonna move straight to the lower lash line just to save time. And basically what you're doing with the lower lash line is you're going to take, like you can see from one eye to the other, you're gonna take the color pattern you used here and you're gonna reflect it down here. So I'm gonna take Confession again on this little crease brush and I'm gonna run it along the outside edge, just coming to, you see that? Just coming to where the gold starts at the top of my eye, and I'm gonna stop right there. And I am gonna be doing a Faith's Basics episode all about eyeshadow application and blending. So if there's anything you guys want me to make a basics video about, or any subjects you would like me to cover, leave it in the comments down below, because I'm planning that series out right now, and I want to know what you guys want to learn so I can teach you. On the inner corner of the eye, again, just until that gold starts. So you're looking dead on in the mirror and just putting that red right in through there. Now this red's gonna look a little weird, you know, if you're not into the somewhat sickly look, might want to use different colors and the same techniques, but I don't mind looking sickly. I kind of don't care. So, and you can pop this in the inner corner too, even, because I've noticed with Confession, when you pop it in the inner corner, the shimmer kind of reflects light, so it almost looks lighter in the inner corner than it does on the rest of the eye, which is sort of cool. And then, you guessed it, next step is gonna be our little shader brush here, and I'm gonna take Rich Bitch and I'm just gonna tap it kind of on the top of the brush here. It's part of what I like about this brush, because you can use one side of the paddle, the other side of the paddle, or the tip. And when you use the tip to kind of press and tap and run this shadow through the center of the eye like that. I had way too much fun, and I have my little dollar store colored mascaras here. One of them is yellow and one of them is orange. I'm gonna take the yellow one, which isn't super pigmented. You might have to go over this a couple times, but I'm gonna pop that yellow on the center lower lash line. And then I'm gonna take the orange mascara, which I actually hadn't used, I don't think, ever. So I wanted to play around with it. This one's a good bit more opaque. And I'm gonna put this on the outer part of my lower lashes. And with the inside corner, what I like to do so that the yellow doesn't carry through, or the orange doesn't pollute the yellow, is I like to just use the tip of this tiny mascara wand and just individually coat each little eyelash. Got a little blotch of orange mascara there. Don't freak out about that. We'll fix that in a second. Basically what you do when that happens with colored mascara, or any other kind of mascara for that matter, is you wait for it to dry completely, and then you take a Q-tip and you just kind of flick it off. I had finished this part of the eye look and it felt like it needed some depth. So normally I would pull a shadow that I already have. I would pull something else from my collection, like a deep red, like something from Cosmetics or something, but I wanted to just use this palette. So I'm gonna take Vanity, this deep kind of plummy looking shade right here, and just take a little tiny bit of this. And I'm gonna go on the very, very outside edge. That is the finished eye look. I'm gonna try and get rid of this glop of mascara on camera for you guys so you can see what I'm doing and what I'm talking about. So here's my little black Q-tip. And I'm just literally flicking that glob of mascara off of my lash line. You could put a dark colored liner on the waterline if you wanted to, just to give this somewhere to start. But for liner, lashes, and all that good stuff. For mascara, I'm gonna use the same thing. I always do my Covergirl Supersizer. This is a new tube, so shouldn't have the clumpy problems I had in my last tutorial. Then for lashes, I'm gonna be using the Ardell 120s. In retrospect, do you even need false lashes with this? Not really, but I decided to go ahead and add them anyway, just because I like them. But you can use whatever false lashes work for you. And then for liner, I'm gonna be using my L'Oreal Lacquer Liner 24 Hour in Espresso brown liner. Just gonna do a thin line all the way across the lash line, not gonna wing it out or anything like that. So I'm gonna do all that and do the rest of my face makeup, and I will be back for the lips. Hello friends, I am back and I am flawless once again. Some quick lowdown with the throwdown of what I used. My foundation, that's the word I'm looking for. My foundation was the Atomic Cosmetics Spackle Foundation in Hunty, all over as always. Then I went in for contour and highlight with my Lunatick Cosmetic Labs contour palette. This time I wanted like a ready contour, so I actually used this and this blush mixed together to kind of create like a cool toned red shade to contour with. And then for blush, instead of going into that, I went into my e.l.f. blush palette in light. Low-key, love these things. Love these blushes. They're super pigmented. I use them in my kit all the time. Friends with deep skin, my beautiful chocolate queens, there's a blush palette in dark that you guys need. Trust me on this. And I use this corally shade right here on my cheeks to reflect the orangey reds in the eye look. And now for lips. Can't figure out my life. Because I mean the brown would look good, but part of me wants to see what the black would look like. Because I think that would look really cool too. I'm gonna try the black. And there we go, guys. Here is the finished look. I actually really like how this came out. I really dig the black lip with the red and gold halo eye. I hope you guys found this helpful, and without further ado, let's do some awkward posing. Awkward posing. Looking down. Looking forward. Looking fierce. Thank you guys so much for watching and joining me today. I hope you found this video helpful, informative, or interesting. If you did, there is a button for that. Spank that like button in the butt. You know it deserves it. And if you want to see more from me, subscribe and become a member of the faithful today. I put out new videos every Sunday. Thank you so much for watching once again, and I will see you all in the next video. Toodles!